What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Littleroot Lessons, episode 304. I'm your host, Angelo, and I'm joined by the hardest working producer in Pokemon podcasting, Carl. How's it going, buddy? How was your holiday?
It was good. Amelia made out like a bandit with more presents than people even anticipated the first time. So now
what did Santa get her?
So we had a horse-themed Christmas at my dad's. She got a hobby horse and a little stable, and then some bath toys and some other stuff. And then we had a baby doll themed Christmas at Kayla's parents' house. High chair, crib, little play furniture like that. So she's got a lot to play with, and she doesn't know what to do with it all.
Yeah. I spent actually an extra day because we're hit with a decent bit of snow in the mid-Atlantic yesterday. So
it is currently snowing here.
Yes. My wife, we drove through a snowstorm once to go to my parents it was like almost 5 years ago for my sister's 21st birthday. It was actually right when Carson Wentz got traded, and that's how I remember that, because we finally got off a rest stop where it wasn't like completely demolished by snow, and I checked my phone, I'm like, oh, we don't have Carson anymore. But yeah, so it's like when we saw that there was going to be, I think, like, not like up where we live and then down where my parents were, like up where we live, we got like 3 inches tops. It's nothing. And my parents didn't get any snow, but like North Jersey, Connecticut, New York all got at least like 6 to 9 inches. And they just are really bad at clearing the roads there while it snows. And so Amanda was like, nope, we're staying an extra day. So yeah, spent a full week at my parents', which was nice. Did the 7 Fishes on Christmas Eve. First time I got to do that in like 8 years, I think, off the top of my head. Trying to think of the last time I had a holiday up here, because it would have been a holiday up here with my family, not my wife's. So yeah, I want to say it's been around 7 or 8 years since I've done that, and that was fun. Santa got me the headphones I'm wearing. My wife. Oh, and then the coolest thing I got was Amanda got an ETB, a Phantasmal Flames, about a month ago, and I was with her when she got it because she's like, this is what you want, right? I'm like, yes. How the hell did you find it in a store and we can get it at MSRP for? The last pack had the gold Mega Charizard X.
Oh, nice.
So I went completely speechless. My mom thought I had a stroke because I was just looking at the card and I couldn't talk.
You sell that now and then you buy more packs. That's how this works, right?
I am going to get it graded. I don't know if I'll sell it because like I don't need more packs.
You 100% hop off that thing.
Yeah, probably.
Once
I get it graded.
I wouldn't even get it graded.
You just sell it raw?
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Getting it graded right now, PSA is being investigated by the Federal Trade Commission. So all grading is out the window.
Cool.
I would sell it raw as fast as possible.
Well,
highest bidder, get off of it now.
Get some more shoes.
There you go. You can get more shoes, or you can just buy more packs.
Shoes. What did you get for Christmas?
We didn't do presents for
You didn't do
us.
Okay.
No. We just focused on making sure Amelia got stuff that she wanted, and for the cousins and whatnot.
Yeah. That was that'll probably end up being, when we have kids.
When you're a parent, you understand you don't really get presents much after that. It's make sure the kids get presents, and that's all you need.
Yeah, and yeah. Also, I did get my wife things. I got her a really nice camera. So she.
I did get Kayla something. I got her an order of her favorite nail polish site.
Ooh, that's nice.
So she got like a handful of polishes that she didn't have before and wanted, and had a couple freebies on her rewards. So I did get her something, but I told her not to worry about me.
Yeah. Oh, and my parents' neighbors, they got me beer.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so awesome gifts. And so what we did, and even though there was like the holiday and everything, looks like that we still had some bonds to be played.
Yeah, I don't think it was as large of an event as what we are used to seeing from VR events because it was the holiday and all that jazz. But
283 players, like it's It's not nothing, but it clearly
it's about
was
the same size as what happens when there's a secondary event going on for VR. Like,
yeah.
usually VR hits that 300 plus range a lot of the time, but when there's other events going on, players total takes a dip, and it's about where it's supposed to be. This was 11 round Swiss, and then top 8 cut, asymmetrical top 8.
Well, it was 8. Yeah,
11
8 rounds.
round Swiss. So they played 8 day 1, and then they played 3 day 2, and
yeah,
a lot of players dropped pretty much immediately after day 1.
Yeah, we had just looking through it, you had what was it? Yeah, you had Joe and Mao Harada drop. Like, then there were a handful, 33rd through 30. Anyone who pretty much from 33rd to 39th place. There were 39 players who qualified for day 2. Any of those players who didn't drop immediately, they lost round 10 and then just dropped.
Yeah, because at that point you're not making
yeah.
your breakers aren't making top cut. So
yeah, so like we had like what was it? So that's also how you get a case where like 32nd place Roberto Parenti.
Here we can just pull it up for him.
Yeah, you can throw it up.
So
but like how
see.
like 32nd place Roberto Parenti finished 7-3, but since he dropped, that's how he finishes worse than Joaquin Roquette.
Yeah, then a 6-5.
Yes.
Yeah. Dropping at a certain point means you're automatically at the bottom of whatever it is, even if you do have technically more win points than everybody else, etc.
Yep.
That's just how it works. But yeah, there was 39 from day into day 2, which it's kind of small for a day 2. I feel like you got 283, so I feel like there might have been just a lot of 6-2 drops on top of this.
Since I will say, like, before we go into the teams, like, you want to take just a quick look at usage, because there's a couple things that I'm looking at that I find a little interesting.
The top 12 is pretty much all the same.
The top 12, yes. I was looking at outside of that.
13's normal, 14, 15 are about right. Hisuian Arcanine's moved up since the last time I looked at something.
Yeah. I think Hisuian Arcanine's
dropped a little bit. Shiyu was sitting around 15, 16, and it's kind of fallen off.
Not only has it fallen off, but the fact that out of the 24 that were played in the tournament, not a single Shiyu player made it to day 2. And that's been a Pokemon, especially that more like Tornadus, Shiyu, Flutter, Hyper Offense team with Glamora is one of the going into back into the format. It was one of the most like just proven good teams to play. So to see 0 make day 2 is a little shocking. And then if you go over here, just looking at it, talking about conversion rates, like you actually had some pretty decent conversion rates with both Dondozo and Torkoal. There was a lot of Sun that did well. Ting Lu had a decent conversion rate. And then on the other end of it, like, again, Pokemon that have been popping up and having success, namely Iron Crown and Drago, both of them only one of each made day 2 as well. So that was just like another thing.
If I remember correctly, the Drago is in the top. Was it in the top 12? No, I don't remember where it's at. I saw it, and then I lost it. There it is. It ended up being 33rd.
Yeah, and then the crowd.
Which we talked about this last week. This team is effectively outdated now.
Yeah, this
version of the team has been figured out, and people have plans for it. It's much harder to win with this version of the team than it is to win with the new version of the team playing the Goldango and whatnot.
Yeah, or even just using the Iron Crown and other Mons. Again, I think it was at a Limitless tour recently, Yotam like top cut it using, instead of playing the Drago, he was using the Lando Eye as an option over that, like playing like a double genie sort of game with it. So I think like, yeah, I know when we did the tier list, we're like, oh, these Pokemon should be together. The data and the results are showing now, maybe you should break them up. They need to go.
It's more.
I
think it's more of a situation of the default version of the team has been figured out. Like people have played against it enough and they're practiced against it enough. That's like, oh, okay, I know how to beat this team now when I see it. It's just like playing through any of the other consistently like constant teams, because you can't really change once you get the EVs on this team. You're not really changing EVs. Your breakpoints are very, very specific for the Iron Crown, for the Regidrago, etc. So you're not really changing a whole lot. So your opponent's going to be able to know their lines very, very easily throughout the entire process of, okay, I know I am faster than this Regidrago. I know I live this hit from Iron Crown 100% of the time. Like, people have figured out these numbers are what they are, and they know how to live and play around those things.
Yeah.
Hisuian Arcanine actually probably had one of the better, I would say, better days of all the of all these Pokemon up here, like that aren't in the top 12.
Well, I mean, clearly, because if we want to start with the teams,
yeah,
it won.
That's where we're getting to. Which I believe Marco and Hiroto's teams are very similar.
Looking at them right. So the main difference is Marco has the single strike Urshifu, while Hiroto has the Goldengo.
Which I feel like that it's fine to play either one. Either ones are good. They have their different matchups. But yeah, outside of that, they are quite literally carbon copies.
The Lando has
the Terra's different.
The Terra's different on the Lando.
One's playing Sandsear and one's playing sub.
Yeah.
That's a playstyle preference thing, not really a this is better, this is worse thing.
Yeah, and yeah, everything else looks relatively the same. This is a really strong balance team. I think this has been one of the things, like, so the Raging Bolt balance that we were used to seeing going into the format. The Lando, Chien-Pao, Rilla, Incin, Urshifu with the Calm Mind, Lefty's Raging Bolt. The team of the Pokemon that defined Regulation F the first time, we really haven't seen a lot of that do well. People have been still using it and been getting solid results, making day 2 with it, so on and so forth. But we haven't seen it like truly win.
I'm trying to think how many Calm Mind Lefties I've seen in the last little bit, and it's not very many.
You know, the AV has been doing a lot better, and especially here, we're even seeing it be the Terra Electric, where instead of having that defensive Terra with Fairy, you're still bulky enough. Terra Electric only gives you 1 weakness, and so that in itself, between the AV bulk and the single weakness, it still makes the Pokemon defensively sound in terms of it's not going to get hit for a lot of it's going to get rid of its weaknesses. It's going to lose a lot of resistances as well, but it's going to be able to just be like, I can just stat stick my way into living hits instead of I'm going to like type chart matchup. This is the triple, at least for both of these teams, this is the triple electric plus Draco. So you have the Thunderbolt for your normal electric damage, Thunderclap, which is one of its best moves, the priority Sucker Punch like special electric type attack. And then you have Electro Web as one of the 3 moves that act as speed control for this team, with the others being both on the Flutter Mane, Icy Wind, and Thunder Wave. One thing to note, I believe the Flutter Manes on this team, and a lot of the other Flutter Manes, I know specifically on like the Moltres team, but like in general, this Icy Wind, Taunt, Thunder Wave, Booster, Flutter Mane, a lot of the time they're bold. Instead of being a special attack boosting or speed boosting nature, you still get the speed boost with your booster energy, but with I
you lean into that bulk so you live more hits, because that's there's very specific ways for you to like live like surging strikes from Rapid Strike Urshifu. and other big physical hits that you normally would go down to if you were the modest or the timid. The bold lives these very, very easily.
Yeah.
Without
and because of
much help.
Yeah, and because of all that bulk and that speed and a lot of the disruption that you have, you're able to get away with not playing Protect on this team as well.
Yeah.
On the Flutter Mane specifically. Now, the Flutter Mane can be paired with a lot of different Pokemon, but I think the main, even though that this 6 does have my favorite lead in the format, which is Wellspring plus Flutter. Love my Lezzies. The Flutter Mane Arcanine Hisui lead has become a bit of a controversial lead to an extent.
I wouldn't call it controversial, really. It's just people don't like people just don't like to play lottery games.
No, they don't. One moment.
As we know, with everybody's disdain for Sneasler and Claw's shenanigans, people don't like to play lottery and gambling in their gambling game for children.
Yeah.
So are they getting stuck? Like, what's going on?
Oh no, she got stuck, then got up, and now she just jumped off.
Nice.
What? Can you be normal?
Nope.
Just
as someone who owns an Oscar, no. Your aquatic pets can never be normal.
No, so when I got home today, I'm sorry. We'll get back to this, folks. I just have to tell the story. When I got back today, she got so excited, not to see me, but because she knew, she was like, "Oh, I get food I get food
she
right
gets
now."
fed. Yeah, anytime I turn the light on in my Oscar's tank, he goes right to the front and does his little side to side dance because he knows he's expecting food.
Yeah, like, we have friends come to the apartment to feed her. It's not like I left her with no food for a week.
But she knows, she sees you and she associates that.
Yeah,
with food.
And now she's just going to be a menace because she sees me again. Anyways, yes, back to this. Yeah, I think one of the big things is that not only does pretty much it allows you to rock slide spam real easily. The Banded Hisui Arcanine is also very fast. I think at Jolly you hit 156 speed.
Yep,
I believe.
That is
which
correct.
which outspeeds a lot of the Pokemon in the format already, and the ones that it doesn't outspeed do get outspeed by Booster Flutter, and that's able to use the speed control of either Thunder Wave,
that one's able to hit the
Icy
Icy Wind or the Thunder Wave to make sure your Arcanine goes first, then get the Rock Slide off you. While you were messing with the turtle, I went and looked for the highest finishing Lefty's Calm Mind Raging Bolt. It's 12th.
Okay, and we'll get to that.
There was 4 total out of all these Raging Bolt. Which
and there
are 4 out of 21.
Yeah, that is not great.
We talked about it last week. It's like AV has become the new norm. Life Orb's starting to actually see more play than Lefties is. Just being able to, I press the damage button, I do my thing. Good luck, hope you live. Which then the Life Orb set will lead back into the Leftovers set because people will start playing the Calm Mind set again, and it's all cyclical.
Yeah. Overall, a lot of the pieces on these teams are really cool. I think with comparing the Dango and the Urshifu, I really think the different, and this is just with a lot of these teams.
Here's the other one for those interested. It looks mostly the same, other than there's a different Terra and a different move on the Lando, and this is an Urshifu instead of a Golden Go.
Yeah, so you're getting the Water Fire Grass with the Arcanine and the Wellspring. Lando and Bolt and Flutter are just flat out the best Pokemon in the format. Or 3 of the best Pokemon in the format that also do well with your Water Fire Grass. This 5 seems really, really, really powerful and set. It's just looking at
whatever you want to beat.
Yes. So
what team do you want to be able to destroy? Do you want to be able to do Golden Go things? Do you want to be able to do Urshifu things? You could put anything really in this.
Or even just as simply as, do you want to really lean into all this special offense, or do you want another more potent physical attacker? It could just simply be that. Urshifu, Single Strike when you're looking for that just splashable, I can kind of fit on pretty much any team sort of like physical offense. It does work really well. You can lead it next to the Flutter, where it appreciates its opponents getting slowed down with the Icy Wind and the Thunder Wave in order to click that Terra Dark Wicked Blow. Being a fighting type, another fighting type to just blow up steel types. Like, this is a very anti-steel type team, which is really awesome to go and let your Raging Bolt, or hell, like even the Flutter Mane, like Moonblast still hurts folks. It still has a super high base special attack, but like, yeah, letting those Pokemon just really run wild, those strong special attackers on your team once those steel types have been handled and taken care of. Overall, I think this is a really neat team. Even though it's a case of a lot of these Pokemon are Pokemon that we've seen before, the fact that we do have the Arcanine, that does like change it up. Honestly, this team, it
feels like it leans harder into the offensive balance rather than like the more traditional Fire Pond, Rillaboom, Incineroar, rotating fake out balance stuff that we had been seeing.
To the point where you can even kind of like call this, and it probably is, like, if you're going to properly classify it, more quote unquote bulky offense than anything else. But yeah, it's a really cool team that has been doing very well, and I think you're going to be like, this is another team that you're probably going to be seeing a lot more of, which we have had in the past few weeks between this, between like that Galarian Moltres team that was just broken down a week or so ago. A lot of new stuff is popping up. And so with that being said, let's go to second place, which is the most normal,
which like I said, this is what we just talked about, is like this is the standard balance bros, bulky, rotate around, get in good position, balancy stuff. You know what this team does. You've seen it play enough times. I don't think we really have to go too much in depth. The big change is this Raging Bolt is usually that leftovers calm mindset. They swapped this one for the Life Orb, Terra Electric. I'm going to blow you up.
Yeah. And also some like slightly smaller changes. Well, like some other like smaller-ish changes just in move sets. You're seeing the high horsepower for ground type coverage on the Rillaboom instead of U-turn, Sword Stance instead of Follow Me on the Ogerpon, and then Will-O-Wisp over the Flare Blitz on Incin. But you can drop your fire coverage on Incin if you already have the Ogerpon, and the Follow Me, while usually useful, isn't as necessary.
The Follow Me isn't good without the Calm Mind setup, right?
Yeah.
You don't have a setup mon to protect anymore. So you're now the setup mon. That's just what it is. Like when you swap this Raging Bolt away from that leftovers Calm Mindset, you get to be more offensive with your Ogerpon instead. Which the high horsepower on Rillaboom, that's been happening a lot more often in general. U-turn in general has gotten less use as this second round through Reg Ep has gone on.
Because I'm even looking just at, again, a very similar team.
I'm about to say there's a handful of this 6 floating around.
Yeah. So fifth place is running. They have the Landorus over. Where they have the Landorus over? They have the Landorus over the Urshifu. So Landorus incarnate with the Sheer Force, Terra Steel. The main difference as well there is they are running the Flare Blitz. They're over the so they went and ran Flare Blitz and Taunt instead of Will-O-Wisp and Knockoff, and they're running the what's it called? The Avion Raging Bolt,
Avion Bolt, and Clear Amulet on Rillaboom.
And so the Clear Amulet Rillaboom I think is really cool, especially once you go like Terra Fire with high horsepower. It becomes a pretty solid answer into Incineroar, because they can't if it's especially using this Incineroar as an example, it doesn't have the knockoff to get rid of the Clear Amulet, so it really can't do anything into the Rillaboom, and you can immediately threaten with the high horsepower or force a Terra, which you want to see because that Terra allows you to go and click the Grassy Surge boosted like Stab, Wood Hammer, and Grassy Glide. So I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah, again, it's the rest of it's the balancy
Yeah.
stuff that we're used to seeing. The double fake out, pivoting around. Again, we don't have Calm Mind Lefty's Raging Bolt, so we dropped the Follow Me on our Ogerpon for Swords Dance, and now it's the Setup Mon. And this is a version that probably could use the Follow Me because we do have the substitute Landorus sitting next to everything, and we do have the Clear Amulet Rillaboom. It's not going to appreciate getting hit by special attacks that it normally would tank, but I think it's fine. It's a fine swap.
Yeah. Fourth place is a fun team. It's a Sun team.
It's
using
Sun. It's like Sunroom.
Yeah.
We've seen
there's no tail room on.
There's no trick room, but it's kind of it's got the Sunroom pieces of Lilligant, Torkoal, and Raging Bolt that we see normally paired next to like the Hattery and the Ursaluna and whatnot. And instead we're just going all in on Lilligant, Torkoal, Walking Wake, like photosynthesis bonds.
Yeah. No, being a Proto-Sun team, this is something that we have seen in the past. It's a cool concept. The Covert Cloak Walking Wake, I believe Cloak Walking Wake was a Regulation G, or it was a restricted format tech. I don't think we saw it initially Did we see it?
I think you're mixing up the AV.
I might be, yeah.
I think you're mixing up the AV because the AV was the new set for Walking Wake.
Okay, yeah.
The restricted formats.
Yeah, I knew it was something because initially everyone was running it with the Life Orb, and then
most people just play the Life Orb. Covert Cloak's fine. It lets you like ignore Fake Out and the Snarl drops and etc. You're not worried about getting out, like Icy Wind can't do anything to you, but you're really kind of scared of Flutter Mane anyway because Flutter Mane's still going to outspeed you most of the time. But this team I feel like is more interesting and it's trickier to play than like your standard Sun style stuff. The Lilligant is very much I'm just going fast with Sleep Powder and Upper Hand if I need to, and good luck everybody else. There's no like actual like there's no Rage Powder, there's no After You, there's nothing else to take advantage of Lilligant's very high like speed after Chlorophyll.
I mean, it's the Sleep Powder spam.
That's very risky. There's no consistent.
If you are running a team with this like Torkoal plus Sleep Powder Mon, the idea of consistency are just thrown out the window. You're going gambling.
Here's the thing: the Sunroom stuff plays after you with Eruption. And they get to do that pretty much consistently, and it gives them a different style mode. This team is not looking to do that. Torkoal is literally just a Sunsetter and a helping hand bot, and that's its job. It has Eruption, but we're Terra Grass. We are not looking to deal big damage with Eruption. We are looking to just set Sun for the rest of this team.
Yeah, and keeping the Sun up because it does have the Heat Rock, which is an item that we really don't see a lot in VGC.
I think that's just getting too cute, honestly.
I think
there is enough other weather setters in this game that Heat Rock doesn't matter as much, because if you're going to play your Heat Rock, most of the time it's going to be fine, but you're probably winning by turn 5 anyway if they don't have weather, right? Like if they do not have a way to change their Sun between Walking Wake, Raging Bolt, and Specs Photosynthesis Flutter Mane, you should win by turn 5. If you are not winning by turn 5, you are not playing the game very well.
It's a very Japanese. It's a very Japanese.
It feels item. Very much Japanese pilled, too cute for its own good kind of situation.
I'm trying to think, like, could have it been on a team like this, just the eject pack overheat probably make more sense. Yeah.
I feel, especially with like the Terra Grass, I feel like that makes a whole lot more sense. This just being the eject pack set with Helping Hand, Yawn, Overheat, and Heat Wave / Eruption. Like, I feel like that's a much more consistent set. especially since we don't have that after you eruption plan like what we want to go for. This definitely feels like a very risky. I'm going to hope my sleep powder does something. Oops, I missed. Well, my Torkoal got chunked to half. I'm not doing as much damage now. Sad.
Yeah.
Like, this is very like I think there's a better way to build this 6. and it starts with that Torkoal.
I was going to say, and we might, and do you want to just jump straight to, actually both Torkoals ran through the, if you want to just jump to 7 places, Carmine's team.
Yeah, again,
this is definitely like the fact that
this one has Trick Room at least, so it kind of feels like it's probably fine. We're definitely less all in on Sun on this team. We have one less Protosynthesis. We have one less Raging Bolt. We gained a Great Tusk, but it's already Scarf, so it's like you're locking into one move. You're just playing Great Tusk without an ability anyway.
Yeah, and even then, I think it's like a situation where I feel like with Great Tusk, you offensively with the tools it does have, having the ability to swing for steel damage, ice damage, fighting damage, or ground damage, like I think those are just really important offensive types to hit. Don't know the calc off the top of my head. I'm assuming that it might be a situation where you might need to be like Choice Scarf and Jolly to outspeed
I was about
things.
to say, I don't know if you actually can get there if you're not booster speed, like Great Tusk. Because Great Tusk, Jolly is 152. So that puts you at 203 with Scarf. Is that right? 1.5?
So +1 puts you at 228.
228. Okay.
But if you go Scarf and Booster, gets you a 304.
That I think that's just short, isn't it?
304. What? Like
of Flutter Mane, of like max speed timid Flutter Mane.
Max speed timid Flutter Mane.
That if you're going to make sure you outspeed Flutter Mane, that's the number you want to hit. Is you want to make sure you outspeed the timid ones, because even the timid ones are going to you.
Yeah, you are not outspeeding the timid ones, but no. That get booster speed, no. Because no booster, it's 205. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it hits. It hits.
I'm about to say I know it's close, but you're not getting. You're just not getting.
Yeah, I made my Flutter Choice Scarf as well. The booster, it hits 307.
Yeah, like so you're 3 points off of timid. So any Flutter Mane that wants to beat you just has to just tick one more above you, and you're just sad the entire time. So it's just like I feel like you just don't invest in the Jolly at that point, and you just know that you're going to be slower. Which then, if you're not Jolly, you're hitting 139, which that's not a
one. So that's the other thing. If you are not Jolly, you'll always get the attack boost, and that means that you hit 208, which does outspeed a lot of the non-boosted format, and maybe at that point you just take it as it is.
But man, that feels real rough. Like a random Tailwind, a random speed, a random booster speed for the Flutter because you're giving them Sun.
because like even if you weren't going against the booster, like you're giving them the bonus.
Like that just feels really rough, man.
you have to go and play your Scarf Mon in the Trick Room, and that's why we have the Fergor out.
I think what we're seeing is a little bit of a lot of the players that, like the good players that we're used to seeing do well at the top at these events, they dropped early.
Yeah. One of the other things I will just say, like bring up the Fergor though, I wasn't able to say this last week. I do like the fact that we're getting this like the throat spray for Rig, specifically on this team running Psychic Noise. It's one of my favorite moves in the format, or really just the generation as a whole. Being able to just stop healing in any manner is really cool. One of my favorite techs with that Psychic Noise is to go and hit a Pokemon that's about to use Drain Punch or something, and it just stops the damage completely. Psychic Noise also gives you psychic damage that will proc the Throat Spray, which means that you don't always have to lead with hitting Hyper Voice. So if there is a Psychic Weak Pokemon that you want to attack immediately to try to remove it, the Psychic Noise yes, Amoonguss. Urshifu. Really
well,
good, yeah.
Waterfu.
Waterfu, yeah.
Waterfu. Don't do the Darkfu. Don't.
Darkfu, yeah, you have to click the Hyper Voice.
Just don't.
But yeah, those are like situations where I figured out why she's going there. There's like a literal single freeze-dried shrimp in the corner of the tank, and she's just going to be going at it until we're done recording, and I can just like push it to the side for her.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But yeah, like I think it's just a really cool way to see the Pokemon being played. One of Fergraph's biggest issues was the fact of when it was used very passively, when you had like Trick Room, Helping Hand, no Protect, no other.
You just kill everything next to it.
Yeah, and now it's like with the Throat Spray, Fergraph has a solid base special attack stat. I believe, it's you're looking at a base 110. It's its second best base stat. Its best being HP at 120. Like base 110 is pretty damn good. For a support Pokemon, so to speak. So these sets with the Throat Spray allows Frig to be a jack of all trades Pokemon, where not only is it going to be able to be support, but once you're in the Trick Room, it's a proactive member.
Yeah.
Okay. I know we've been jumping around. We did
Dozo.
5th place. Yeah, let's a quick look at the Dozo.
We talked about 5th place already.
Yeah. So yeah, this is 6th. Zhongwen Moon.
Yeah, Dozo, pretty standard Dozo. Dragonite, Champowd, Non-Dozo, Tinglu, Gouging Fire, Golden Go. This checks all boxes of what we usually see with Dozo. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing crazy.
The sets are very standard on this team as well.
It's very much, this is exactly what you would expect to run into on a random ladder day.
Yeah.
It's still good. It still plays really well. I personally I really like the swap that people have been doing to Tinglu for the more offensive, aggressive sets with like the coaching Galarian Zapdos and things like that. I do like that a lot more right now. But this still has a place. It's still really hard to break through Dondozo plus Tinglu a lot of the time. Yeah, it's going to be a thing. You're going to have to play against it. Learn your lines.
Yeah, this is like another standard-ish team. Another team that's like kind of okay. When I say standard, there's like certain things about it that are standard and also like crazy. Looking at our 8th place team.
Yeah, you use the word standard. There's nothing really standard about this team.
Well, so we have been seeing maybe just popping up like Wellspring, Incin, like Ursaluna, Trick Room player, like Trick Room Mon. Like that's been a thing. In that sense, like, really, like the generic concept of it makes sense. And then you look at this,
and then you see the Dragonite and the coaching Valiant, no, this is no longer standard.
No.
This is very much Ursaluna is my spirit animal. We are going to make sure Ursaluna does as much damage as possible, whether that's Cresselia using Lunar Blessing to keep it healthy, Incin and Ogerpon to keep the damage off of it, and then Iron Valiant using Icy Wind to slow things that might be faster than your Ursaluna if you don't have Trick Room up, being able to coach it so it lives more hits. This is pretty much, I'm going to kill you with this Ursaluna. This is what it's going to do. And the rest of it's kind of just there to support it. And then we just have this Dragonite.
Yeah, and the Dragonite, especially with Inner Focus, the loaded dice, like coaching Dragonite plus Scale Shot is a really, really powerful duo. It pretty much like turns Scale Shot into, so like you would go coaching, like the coaching plus Scale
the
Shot.
coaching negates the defense drop from Scale Shot, so you're
like getting
an
a
attack
Dragon
boost and a
Dance.
speed boost. Yeah, you get Dragon Dance. That's the goal.
Yeah, and doing damage, and then you miss, and you're really sad.
Yeah, and then you miss your Scale Shot, and you're just like,
here's the thing: when you miss, you at least keep your defense, so it's not as bad.
Yeah, you're not down as bad as you would be.
Yeah. Cresselia is I think is just a cool Pokemon. It is a VGC royalty.
Yes, it is.
And people are again figuring out ways to really use this Pokemon that honestly, since Generation 7 has has really just fallen from grace. I think that Reg F regional back in the last one, I believe it was Sao Paulo, our last LATAM event in Reg F Part 1. I think it's the only regional Cresses won in Gen 9. I can't remember it winning any in Gen 8 either. Not that there were many in Gen 8 for it to win to begin with, but like to see it start people figuring it out more and starting to use it again. People just remember like this is a very powerful Pokemon that has a lot of really cool skills. And on the right team, it can still.
Lunar Blessing helped it out a ton too.
Yeah, it's such a good move, especially
Legends ZA. Legends Arceus did so much to help Cresselia going from Gen 8 to Gen 9. That it's huge.
The last top cut team. Oh, actually, no, not the last top cut team. The first team to miss top cut.
No, this is the last of the asymmetrical cut.
Oh, it is the last asymmetrical cut.
This is the last of the asymmetrical cut.
The only person asymmetrical cut who did not win money. This is another team using, again, I'd say like bulky offense.
We got some familiar bonds and we got some weird bonds, and that's tweet. Send tweet. Done.
Choice band Lando T, man.
I just do not like it. I don't like Choice Band Lando T because you just get rocked by any icy wind. Like it forces your Terra. It makes you do things you don't necessarily always want to do because icy wind is such a common like coverage move on Flutter Mane or random like move that it's just like, man, I really don't want to have to Terra this thing to do something, but if I want to use this Pokemon, I'm going to have to Terra it. And it just really kills your flexibility on the rest of your squad.
Yeah, but I can also see it. I mean, I know there's been a few people of I think like Justin Knox has been like testing around with it. When it works, it's apparently great. I don't have it. It definitely doesn't feel like my style of Pokemon. And as you said, like the ice coverage in this format, it just feels like there's so much of it, and not even just the ice coverage, like.
There's literal snow teams still in this game.
Yeah, like... the well, or even just like the Wellspring and the Waterfoo are enough to make me a little more worried on using this Pokemon.
Yeah,
in this manner. But yeah, I think everything else on the team, it's just very like bulky offensy. Honestly, like looking at the 6. It kind of reminds me of, oh my god, what's his name? Toller Webs.
Oh, I didn't even think about this. Like Urshifu just outspeeds you.
Oh yeah, that too. You need the Tailwind support.
Yeah, you are a must Tailwind territory with this thing. I didn't even think about it. Like I was just like, man, I know the speeds are like close. I didn't realize it was like a 6-point difference.
Yep.
So it's like it's not even like a situation of they're adamant Urshifu and I'm jolly Lando, I'll be fine. No, you're likely adamant Lando, so even adamant Urshifu just gets you pretty much every time.
Yeah. But yeah, this 6, it kind of reminds me of like the Reg E team Toller Web used to win a regional, or at least like with the Torn Wellspring Goldango stuff. I think like the team, I think it's interesting. I think it's, even though again these are a lot of Pokemon that we have seen before, I think it's an interesting 6. We haven't seen it in this sense in Regulation F. So it was cool to have like a team like this do well.
Yeah.
So going through, there is so much balance.
Oh yeah, no. Did you see the stretch of 4 teams in a row that pretty much is all like
from
the
15
same?
to 19?
Yeah, it is. It is bad. Like there's
even
here. We'll show the people 15. Look, Ogerpon, Flutter Mane, Incin, Lando, Rilla, Raging Bolt. Ogerpon, Flutter, Incin, Urshifu, Rapid Strike, Rillaboom, Raging Bolt. Ogerpon, Flutter Mane, Landorus, Urshifu, Rillaboom, Raging Bolt. Like it's just like, oh look, it's that game where it's like you take one word and you try to make another word by changing one letter as you move all the way down.
Yeah.
We swapped one, and then we swapped another one, and then we swapped another one, and then we swapped another one. Like it's just moving down the line.
Yeah, I think if you want to go through some teams, 10th like I'd say like just looking at it, 10th place is interesting.
10th place, I think, is pretty much just like P2 Ursaluna for the most part.
So when I said like the standardish idea when looking at our eighth place team, like yeah, it's because like, oh yeah, this is a 10th place team. Yeah, it's water, fire, grass, P2. You have a tail room aspect to it with the Tornadus. You were just doing P2 Ursaluna things. Ursaluna is just a really powerful Pokemon, and one of the things that I've noticed a lot of in the past few weeks is that people have pretty much all but dropped the Blood Moon Ursaluna and have just been going with this more like the physical Hisuian version. Because this is a team that you easily like turn that P2 into a Farig and turn that Ursaluna into a Blood Moon, and that's just a team that we've seen a lot before. And now it's like they're going with this active P2 that is a little bulkier, can have more coverage between the Ice Beam or the Shadow Ball or the Thunderbolt, and then of course the Terra Blast, both being stab outside of Terra and then inside of Terra as well. Yeah. And like once you get this Guts boost in the Ursaluna, it is a restricted Pokemon, and that's just really powerful. This is a cool way to play like a balancy Trick Room team. So if you do miss clicking Headlong Rush and Guts Boost of Facades, this is the team for you.
Yeah, this will scratch that itch really well.
Which is exactly what we told Tony to like a day or two ago when we posted. I think he posted this paste. He's like, "Huh, this is calling to me," and we're like, "Yeah, we wonder why." We also have Fedicompo also using the Flutter Mane.
Fedicompo's
Hark.
I believe most of the Italian players, especially those that are like in Marco's building group, all played pretty much the same general idea of Flutter Mane, Ogerpon, Water, and like Arcanine, H-Arc. Like they kind of they kind of latched onto that trio, and that kind of has just become like their core, and then they just play whatever they want on the back end of it.
Yeah, it looks like Lorenzo Silvestrini in 12th, and then you have the two Italian players who finished in the 30s, Roberto Palenti and Nicolo Pilato.
Which we'll talk about Roberto's team because it's different enough. We can look at it. Nicolo Pilato, they play a team though, so that's just what they do.
Yeah. Going else, let's go through.
I have 3 pulled up that I want to talk about for sure because they are unique enough that it's interesting to talk about because this is Iron Boulder Sinistra.
Okay, so we go with 21st place, Choi Yin Feng.
Yeah.
Again, one of the cool things, I think this is what we have been seeing it split a little between. I do believe it's the first multi-scale Dragonite we've seen. We've seen the inner focus with the loading with the loaded dice, but one of the things that we assumed earlier on was that you were going to see, instead of the tech moves such as Haze and Tailwind, it was going to be straight up 3 attack Dragonite. And that is kind of what the Pokemon's been. It's really gone back to its offensive roots instead of its more support roots. The rest of this team, this is a Clear Amulet Iron Boulder. The reason why you use a Pokemon like Iron Boulder is its signature move, Mighty Cleave. For those of you who do not know what that move does, don't worry, because I don't think you've seen an Iron Boulder in a long while. It's a 100 base power, fully accurate rock type attack, which on its own is almost a unique thing.
That is a unique because all rock type moves have accuracy issues outside of Mighty Cleave.
No, Ivy Cudgel when it's used by Rockpon.
When it's used by Rockpon,
the only
but
other.
that's not always a rock move. This is the always a rock move.
Yep, it's the only always rock move that does it, and it also hits through Protect.
Yeah, it also has the Urshifu claws.
Yep. Awesome. We call this Pokemon Ethical Urshifu.
I've tried so hard to really like Iron Boulder, and I don't know if it's just because like they put stats in a weird way, or if it's just like Mighty Cleave doesn't do enough damage for me to be happy about it. But I've never been impressed with how much damage you get out of Mighty Cleave from Iron Boulder, even to a lot of Pokemon that you should expect it to do. You would think in a format where rock coverage is really, really good, that Iron Boulder would be pretty decent, but it just doesn't cut it. Literally.
I think Rock Psychic is just kind of a bad type defensively.
It's better than you think. It's better than like some
It probably
ones.
is, but like I think that's just it's just like a weird duo in that sense. And yeah,
it's the Lunatone Soul Rock type combo that had Levitate to get around that ground weakness. This doesn't have that luxury, but overall, it's like you lose your fighting weakness. It becomes just a neutral hit. You're still weak to steel, grass, water,
Dark Ghost.
I think you're
Ground.
I think you're still weak to bug too, because rock doesn't resist bug.
Yeah. So yeah, you turn's an issue. Even get like stat wise, so the Pokemon 120 attack, 124 speed, good stats, pretty good for base
like
stats.
that's good stats.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's like, I don't know why it just doesn't feel like it hits hard enough. I think it's because you almost have to always be jolly.
That's one thing, and I also think it's the fact that they're good stats for a Pokemon that has an ability.
Yeah, and it doesn't have
this Pokemon doesn't
in this format.
No.
Which like I even tried to play it alongside Miraidon, and it just did not feel good.
One of my locals, they were using it next to Miraidon. We played it was what was it? They won a local with it with Iron Boulder Miraidon. I played them in like a win it in crazy set. It was a situation where it's like when you don't have the rock resist.
Yeah, we don't have the thing to tank it. Yeah, Mighty Cleave.
Yeah, Mighty Cleave does just break you because there is literally nothing you can do to stop it from happening.
I feel like this is what they're trying to accomplish with this kind of setup, is like they have the Bacha Gacha, the Strength Sap, Raging Powder, Sinistra to kind of be annoying for everything that would normally hit Iron Boulder on the physical side. You have Snarl on the Tinglu plus Vessel of Ruin to reduce a lot of the special hits that would come that way. And you do get to boost your Iron Boulder with the Gouging Fire. Like the idea sounds neat on paper. I just don't see it being great in
it seems
action.
Like it's a lot of work.
Seems like there's a lot of moving parts that have to go right for you to get Iron Boulder in a position where it's going to do stuff. Because your other mons that you're doing stuff with are Corviknight and Dragonite. This Dragonite being multi-scale means that you are intimidatable. You do not like that. And Corviknight isn't known for its outstanding attack damage unless you get bulk up off 6 times.
Yeah.
And so
a lot of times up on a team like this, Corviknight is just your generic like anti-BS mon, in the sense of you're going to have matchups where your opponent can't get rid of Corviknight unless they immediately put everything into getting rid of it. And it then turns into the game of, well, if I don't let you get rid of the Corviknight, you've wasted a lot of turns. Or you did get rid of the Corviknight, and oopsies, my Pokemon right next to it just went and deleted everything. I don't know how that happened. Anyways, you're still going to lose.
Yeah.
It's weird because like Corviknight is a Pokemon that I feel like never gets amazing results, but is always it's always like the Pokemon I do not want to see looking at a team sheet.
Yeah, it's one of those, you gotta respect it, otherwise you just don't, you just lose to it a lot of the time.
Yeah. Okay, what's your next team?
Next one is Dondozo Snow.
Dondozo Snow, which place? 26th?
26th.
In Genis?
Yes.
And this is one of our 2 Dondozo teams, the other being, just shouting out, Adrian Hurley, one of my locals. Colding Light running his patented 2-2-2. This time the other 2 and 2 being Chen Knight and Cresselia Ursaluna Hisuian.
Yeah, which that seems like a combo.
It's like Adrian has literally like, I mean, there's times he hasn't ran 2-2-2, so he's not just like a 2-2-2 merchant, but most of the time he is running 2-2-2. But it's a case of along with a lot of the other players in the Lily Pad Boys building group, where it's like Ben Grismer is a great example of, yeah, he's going to mostly play Psy-Spam. He's been playing relatively the same 6 Pokemon for 3 years. He knows every move you will make before you do, and it turns into getting like the experience. This, on the other hand, is
this is a team. This one's interesting because it's interesting because the Dozo Giri portion makes a very good backline for both the Glamora Roaring Moon and the Ninetales Articuno. And what's the one thing Dondozo has a problem against? It's things like Amoonguss. And what does Amoonguss never want to see? 2 ice types staring it down that can hit 100% accurate blizzards.
Yep. Also, just again, like, being a bit of a, again, degenerate in the sense of you can miss the Articuno because of the Snow Cloak.
Yeah.
Unless you have opposite weather control. And so even just, leading off Ninetales, Articuno, and you might have to take an extra turn or 2 of damage that you didn't plan on because your Ivy Cudgel missed. And now it let them get that extra blizzard or 2 in. And now, like, the Dondozo's coming in to just completely clean everything up.
Yeah.
Or you lead boss mode and, like, you just lead the Dozo Giri and you get rid of the boss mode. And what's that? A legendary that can spam blizzards and also can't be hit all the time? Like there, it is a bit degen. Part of your plan is, or even like another aspect of it, excluding the Dondozo Tatsu, leading with the Glamora, getting the toxic debris off, putting your opponent on a timer against a Pokemon that they in the back in your Articuno with the snow support that they can't always hit. And you're missing moves and then getting hit with the blizzard and then losing damage to the poison that the toxic debris that the Glamora setup is doing to you. It's degenerate, but I respect it.
This feels like probably like the most optimal 2-2-2 I've seen in a hot minute.
Like, if I played this, I'm going to unplug, I'm going to undock your Switch. But with that being said, like, I get the idea. It's the parts all make sense putting them together in terms of just what you can do, really taking advantage of the fact that Articuno has this absolutely busted ability in Snow Cloak, and when you add in the boost up to its defense that Snow gives it, it's surprisingly really bulky for a Pokemon that doesn't have a great defensive typing.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's one of the few Pokemon where going Mono Terra Ice, viewed as one of the worst defensive types in the entire game, is just better for it, both offensively and defensively, than being a flying type on top of it. Because now it's a Pokemon that instead of Raging Bolt threatening you with a Thunderclap when it hits. Now that Thunderclap doesn't really, you just cut that damage in half.
It reduced damage, yeah.
Yeah, and you're still spamming it with that Blizzard. Want to go Terra Fairy? Don't care. You're going to freeze.
You're still going to freeze. My other comments on this is I guess a regression, and I would like to call it, from what Dondozo was doing in previous parts of this format. They had started to adapt Dondozo to be more anti-intimidate, swapping the Unaware for Oblivious and playing Covert Cloak. The big things being that you can't intimidate, you can't fake out it. It becomes very, very hard for teams to break through the Dondozo in the traditional sense that they usually would, because you're still Terra Grass, so they can't spore you. Amoonguss isn't playing Clear Smog as much anymore. They're just playing Sledge Bomb and whatnot. And so once you Terra Grass, Amoonguss can't spore you. You're immune to Intimidate, so your commander boost is stuck. They're not getting rid of it. And what else is setting up in front of you that you're worried about on this Dondozo outside of Raging Bolt, but you don't care about the special defense boosts anyway because you're a physical attacker. And so that's something that I was expecting to see more of this week, but it might be a situation of the people who normally were doing that weren't playing it at this event, because I do think the Oblivious Covert Cloak is the optimal way to play Dondozo in this current format.
Yeah. I'm assuming your Roberto's team is the last one you want to talk about?
Yes, it is.
Actually, yeah. I am just, if we want to just quickly look, I did want to at least mention Joaquin's team. I know it's something we've talked about, but it's just, again, I find it as a neat team.
Is it
That's 31st.
The Iron Jugulus?
Yeah.
It's something we've seen enough of it. I feel like it's just it's the same.
Yeah, I think, well, again, it's just rotating that 6th slot.
We just want an excuse to talk about Blood Moon.
I'm sorry, I was away last week. I didn't get to talk about it last week. I could talk about this week. No, I do think that, and it's just more so showing the different mons that you can do with this team in that 6th slot. We've seen a lot of different ones. What the Jugulus is bringing that the Roaring Moon and some of these other Pokemon, like the Dark Fu, the Raging Bolt, the Iron Hands, that we've seen in that 6th slot, what it's doing, it is playing a more supportive role with the Snarl and the Fast Tailwind, with your Booster Energy. The main thing it's doing over the Roaring Moon is the fact that you are a flying type all the time, and so that stab air slash you're getting is really useful. Again, is really useful into a Pokemon like Amoonguss, where you have that stab flying coverage into Amoonguss, because that's a Pokemon that really does give this team a lot of trouble without having to commit to your Terra. That's pretty much the main thing with this, on why you would run the Jugulus over the other options. Again, I think it's a really cool team. We can now go to again, one of the stories of last format. Well, not last format, but last week.
It's last week.
Yeah, which honestly sometimes feels like a format ago. Double choice with the Banded Hisuian Arcanine and the Specs Moltres. I think was Specs Moltres popping up last week, or is that something new?
We saw a little bit of it last week, not as much, but it was definitely kind of split between the Specs and the Citrus Berry. I believe only one Moltres made day 2 for this event, and it is the Specs.
That is, well, Moltres didn't even make. Yeah, just looking through it. Yeah, this is the only Moltres that made day 2.
For those that may have missed last week's episode, Moltres Galar is starting to make waves in this format, both being a very bulky dark flying type that handles a lot of problems for people, whether that's through Snarl, Fiery Wrath, flinches, air slash stuff, Or for those that may be a little bit more inclined to see some other cool things, you can hex people.
Yeah, no, this has been really cool. And again, it's really going with this lead of the Hisuian Arcanine plus the ice, like the supportive bold Flutter Mane, being able to just pick stuff up with the Hex after you've went and Thunder Waved and Flinch Spammed the entire team is really interesting. What's interesting, on the other hand of it, when you see the Hex and the Moltres, you'd expect to see the Poison Touch plus Dire Claw on the Sneasler, but this is ethical Sneasler. This is a fake out Gunk Shot.
All the Sneaslers have been
combat.
ethical Sneasler.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much any Sneasler outside of yeah, you're right, because when we got back to the restricted formats after Regulation H, people were dropping Dire Claw as well. It's only in Regulation H when the adult Pokemon aren't around, Sneasler gets to be degenerate. But it's like in this little like church close with this.
This is something I mentioned last week too. Is you could probably play the Dire Claw on this set. One, Gunk Shot has accuracy issues, so you are very, very just like playing with fire, hoping you hit your Gunk Shots. Gunk Shot does poison, so you can get poisoned off that. The big kicker is the Sneasler is the White Herb Unburdened set. So it's like, oh, you can't intimidate me. I'm still going to Oko take out your Incineroar. Like, good luck.
Yeah, and also if they aren't going to intimidate you, you can just proc yourself with the close combat.
Yeah, you still get it with you still proc it with your own thing. So you could probably play like I mentioned last week, you could probably play Dire Claw in this Gunk Shot slot, and it would be fine. It would still suffice.
So, I'm just doing a quick calc right now. But if I have to guess, Gunk Shot sends Raging Bolt back to the Stone Age, and Dire Claw doesn't, and I think that might be worth it enough, at least in people's minds, to just to have the role.
I think I looked it up last time, and I think it was close. I think it was Dire Claw was almost there. But
so
Gunk Shot was.
No, it's so I'm. Do you want to run? Let me look it up as. So right now, Adamant, 252 Sneasler, Gunk Shot is a 68.75% chance to Oko. Dire Claw is max 75%. Now we are running the Stellar. Can I read right? Yes, I can read. We are running the Stellar Terra. So let me just look at it with Stellar. So if we're Stellar, the Gunk Shot always Okos at 252 Adamant, while the Dire Claw only has a 12.5% chance. So that is the reason to run Gunk Shot over the Dire Claw. It is specifically for the Terra Fairy Raging Bolt. If you feel like that is a big enough issue for your team, which when you're looking at this team with the Moltres Galar not really having a way to hit it, your own Bolt.
You just hex the heck out of that thing.
You can also hex it, yes.
You hex the heck out of that thing. You force them to Terra because your Flutter Mane's on the field, and you Thunder Wave them, and then they're sad because they got hit by 120 base power hex from a Terra Ghost Moltres.
Yeah. but like in general, like I think it's the same reason why on Okidogi you were using Gunk Shot over Poison Jab. It was specifically to get that max roll on the Terra Fairy Raging Bolt. But yeah, you could also, like, if it gets to the point where you aren't as afraid of Terra Fairy, or like Terra Electric just becomes the predominant version of the Raging Bolt, you can definitely switch to Gunk Shot to Dire Claw to take even more advantage of the Hex, along with the other, like the Thunder Wave from the Flutter Mane.
Yeah.
Not this. So I think it was this 6 Pokemon, but maybe not this 6 in terms of the exact like items and such. I believe it was Michelle Kelch on Twitter did someone on Twitter a few days ago did a full breakdown on what this team is doing, why it's working so well, the roles that the Mons are playing, specifically Sneasler and Moltres Galar. They're Pokemon that we didn't see a lot of really at all in Regulation F the first time. And so it's like, or at least even if we did see them, like the Sneasler, we weren't seeing this set on Sneasler. We were seeing acrobatic stuff. It does a really good job in explaining like what these sets are doing, what these spreads are doing, even with like bold Flutter Mane calcs, etc. So if you can like find that on Twitter and like read through that, I think it's also just a generally good breakdown on what this 6 is doing. I think that like Moltres Galar felt like it started as a counter against the Regidrago Iron Crown team because it did really, really well into a majority of that team. And as it's gone on, even though the Iron Crown team has fallen off, or at least changed as we've talked about in the past, people have realized, oh, wait, no, the Moltres actually is just a really good Pokemon, and we should be using it more.
Yeah, it's something that's popped up a lot more, even with like Raging Bolt being as popular as it is. Things like Rillaboom, Urshifu are both still very, very popular Mons, and Moltres has very good matchups into both of those Pokemon.
Yep.
Amoonguss is a Pokemon that people play still. It's very good at that. Like I could go through this top 12.
Yeah,
it's good into Goldango, it's good into Farigiraf, it's good into both Urshifu, it's good into Amoonguss.
It's good into all of the Ogerpons.
All the Ogerpons, it hits really hard.
Indeedee.
You can't really touch it with Lando super hard because it's a flying type, so you are only really hitting it with a Sludge Bomb. So you're just going to proc Berserk and then take a Fiery Wrath and probably be very, very sad.
Yeah.
So there's a lot. There's a lot to like about Moltres in this current setup of the format. If the format changes a little bit and certain Pokemon start to see more play, obviously Moltres, Galarian Moltres will probably fall off a little bit, but it's definitely interesting as a more niche pick in this format to kind of answer some certain problems.
Yeah, the Mon feels very much like right place, right time right now, and it's fully taking advantage of it. Now, what I could see happening with this team, and this isn't me like calling a shot yet, I could see this 6 kind of pulling the Latios Balance of Regulation F Part 1, where Latios Balance was the clear-cut best team in December of 23, and by our first Regulation F regional,
it's just gone.
Yeah.
Very possible.
You did not see it. And so this could happen to the team, but at least right now, like if you want to play Moltres Galar, if you're a COVID era player who misses playing with the Firebird that's not really a Firebird, give this team a spin. I think right now it's the most unique and innovative look at Regulation F as of right now.
You say unique and innovative. It's literally just
compared to what it was before. You have two.
I'm going to go and sit on my soapbox here for a minute because we use this a lot in terms for like trading card games. You can put your pet card in a consistent 60 card deck, and people will go, "Oh, it's super neat. It's super niche." The meat and bones of this team is the Flutter Mane, Hisuian Arcanine, Raging Bolt, Ogerpon, Wellspring. These two slots down here. Even though
Hisuian Arcanine
can be whatever you want it to be, these 4 will probably carry most of your games.
More so when I say that, like comparing it to Regulation F Part 1, I think really like the Arcanine, Hisuian Arcanine, like that's innovative in the sense where that was a Pokemon we did not see at all in Regulation F, and now not only are we seeing it, we're seeing a lot of success with it. So I think that is an innovation on the format that we just didn't really see. If we look at Lab Mouse,
that's literally where I'm going. I'm just going back to the first.
Yeah, I want to see where it was, like where it in Orlando. Orlando 24. Yeah, so honestly, its usage in Orlando that's a little higher. It's did finish 15th through Orlando.
I was about to say, like, this team has been used before. We've seen this before. Like
15th.
So Hisuian Arcanine stuff has been used before. We've seen it.
So in Orlando, that is so they used it with Wheezing it was Andrew Jenkins back in Orlando 24 ran Ability Shield Hisuian Arcanine with the Cantonian Wheezing. So missed that, or I covered it. I just forgot it's been almost 2 years.
This literally finished 4th at Liverpool. This is literally what we were just talking about. The only difference is there's a different Terra type here, and there is a Thunder Wave on this thing.
Liverpool. Again, it's been 2 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
holy crap.
It's coming, like, these are things we've seen before. It's just they're starting to pop up and become potent again.
Yeah, no. God, I'm looking at this top 4, like second, third, and fourth place. God, what a cursed top 4.
Yeah, it's got the Raid Boss Heatran that I talked about before. It's got.
Oh no, I'm talking about the players.
Oh. Let's just whatever. The players are. It was an EU regional. What did you expect?
Yeah, but still, we're just going to move past that. So yeah, no, again, it's been so long, completely forgot that the Hisuian Arcanine was a thing in January at Liverpool. Yeah, honestly though, still cool team, happy to see it. Using, again, I think the other thing is like not just using your pet card in a deck and call it innovative, but actually giving specifically, I think the Moltres more than anything, actually using the Pokemon and giving it like it has like really good purpose on the team. Over like
that's what I'm getting at is you put your favorite card in the deck, and it has a purpose. Like you don't put it in there just for the show of it. You put it in there because it does have a very specific niche purpose. But you're usually taking something out that is better for that spot, as we saw very similarly the Landorus and Urshifu and the Golden Go, like those versions of the team performed much better.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm trying to get at is like, oh, cool, it's this 4 is going to carry your games, but you have the Moltres that's very, very specific and niche. And that's kind of just how Pokemon works. But just because it's cool and niche doesn't mean that it's the optimal way to play the team.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that is we got everything. Or at least the interesting stuff.
All the stuff we probably wanted to cover, because the rest of it's a lot of just chaff and balance, and we don't want to talk about that.
Or at least, yeah, a lot of things that we've talked about. We are still kind of in a bit of a drought.
We've got to get through the new year, and then I believe it said it was the 17th.
Toronto.
Yes.
Yeah, weekend of the 17th. So
yeah, we got to get through this week, which is the new year, and then we got next week, which is their ramp up week, and then everybody will be ready to go on the 17th.
Yeah,
and
it'll be fun.
It'll be getting ready for Pokemon Day after that, and Champions potential release, and it'll all be coming full circle.
We'll finally get Coliseum and XD on the Nintendo Switch.
Can't wait.
Switch 2.
Can't wait to play XD again.
I am very excited for those games. Oh, like that's going to be the one. Like that's can't wait.
Cannot wait. Where you at in ZA?
God, where did I get at? I caught Zygarde.
Okay, cool.
Finally,
so you're finally almost through the main story post game.
No, I finished main story post game. I got.
Did
Zygarde,
you get your 15 battles in? Your 15.
Oh no, I didn't do that.
So then you are not done main story post game.
You're right. I still have to do that. Not done yet. I caught Diancie yesterday. I wanted it in a luxury ball. That took like a couple hours.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to get them in the.
And I'm probably going to do Mewtwo.
So yeah, go get your Mewtwo. Mewtwo's hard.
That's good. Like I don't mind like a hard battle.
The fight's not hard. The fight's not hard. It's the catch rate is stupid low. So good luck getting it in any kind of Pokeball.
Oh no, I'm just going to put it in the Master Ball.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing. I spent about 20 minutes trying to get it in even in like an Ultra Ball. I was like, get in the Pokeball.
No, because like it has the M on it from Mewtwo. That's what the Master Ball's made for. And it's aesthetic. It's canonically like correct.
The Mewtwo thing's been out long enough. I can complain about this because what happens is you only get one shot. You can try to catch it without getting it all all the way fainted. You only get like 2 shots of that before it's like no more Pokeballs, and so you actually have to get it knocked out and then throw a Pokeball. You only get 1 shot at that.
Yeah,
and then it resets the fight, and you have to do the whole fight again.
Yeah, no, I had to do that a few times with the DNC.
It is annoying.
Yeah, the Zygarde fight sucked because I like just would get when it did the Z thing, and then you just don't know how to get out of the way of it. Yeah. So I know I got out of the way of that one, and then it was when it would just do like the random like just shots out of the ground, and there was I got it like the first time where I just needed to get a hit in, and my Glaceon like just missed the frame on Freeze Dry, and I just got zapped, and it had like 1 HP left, and I was like so sad, and then I got it the next time. I'm like, finally. But again, I don't mind.
I beat it with Yveltal.
Yeah, I used my Mega Meganium and my Glaceon.
I had Xerneas and Yveltal at that point. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna flip back and forth between these guys. I'm a Geomancy and hit you a couple times, and I'm gonna flip to Yveltal while I run away, and then I'm gonna flip back to Xerneas and do this a couple more times. I'm gonna flip back and just go back and forth. Now I'm doing I guess it's like post-game DLC stuff right now.
Yes.
I have a shiny alpha Tinkaton that is my new best friend. It goes everywhere with me.
I was going to say, yeah, what's been big for me, or at least like what I've been like DLC wise, the last thing I did was the Mega Staraptor fight. So probably want to get through some more DLC. I got the Super Mario Galaxy plus Galaxy 2 for Christmas for my mom, so I'm probably going to play that as well. Like the Mario Galaxy games, just going to have some nostalgic fun and do that on a nicer television and technically a nicer game system. Curious to see how it's going to work, because I'm played it with a Wiimote, so curious to see how that's going to work with an actual controller.
So if I remember right, Galaxy's in the 3D All-Stars, the 3D Super Mario.
I did get the 3D All-Stars.
So I played nice. Galaxy on the Switch 1, and it
you
plays
just use
fine.
the controller.
Yeah, it just plays fine. So you'll be fine.
Yeah,
they mapped it well.
Okay, I was just like, am I about to like have a Joy-Con and like just a single Joy-Con like I'm playing Pokemon Go?
No.
But yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at. It's been fun. Like it was nice to just be home. Well, not home, but like back at my parents. Especially because they'll just at night, like they just go to bed, or well, especially my dad. My dad's in bed at like 7, and Amanda she would just like be like, okay, well, I'm gonna go read, and I'm like, okay,
all right, I'm gonna go play my game.
I'm gonna go play my game, sit with the dog, which actually my parents' dog loves Amanda more than me, so hurts a little.
Nah, it's fine.
Last like with the dog, so we have like my stuffed Eevee, and Amanda has like a stuffed like Build-A-Bear dinosaur. So Winnie, she's 1 year old. She thought that Eevee was another dog and was jealous that
I'm about to
Eevee
say she get jealous. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, she was like growling. But the thing is, she also thought that Amanda's stuffed dinosaur was a dog and was like playing with it like it wasn't like she wasn't like biting at it like another stuffed animal. Like she was like bopping and like playing with it like another dog. So I'm like, okay, well, you like the dinosaur more. See how it is.
Yep, that's how it works usually.
Yeah.
All right.
Completely off topic. Way to end it. Yeah. So if you want to hear more off-topic stories about what I did while I was at my parents' house, along with like just talking about where we're at with ZA as we get through the DLC portion, leading into Pokemon Day and such, prepping for any regionals we have going on. USPA season's coming up, so if you're on a USPA team, great way to even just get some extra matches in with players at Littleroot Lessons. You can do all that at our Discord at Littleroot Lessons. You can get all of the updates on our videos being posted and any other fun things that we're doing in the community on our social media at Blue Sky at Littleroot Lessons. You can follow our hosts at Musical, at Mr. Missouri 25, and at Rose Tinted Cheeks for Carl, Carter, and myself, respectively. All of our YouTube videos, all the podcasts are posted on YouTube. Along with our podcatchers such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. And that's it. I hit everything.
That's it.
I'm tired. I'm going to bed. I need to sleep. Bye, everyone.
Bye.